it's just a funny corner of history that I'd never heard of before. And the script was a very haunting piece of work. You know, I put it down and thought, you know, pretty good script. But then, you know, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So it obviously got inside my head, and I felt that it was given to me on an acting basis, of course, but I felt like I had to tell the story all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I mean, it was a, you know, it was kind of a, evolved to that, you know, over a period of time. I felt I had to tell the story because I kept reworking Lutzi's and scenes in my head, you know. So that's a fairly good indication that you should probably direct it if you're building the images and sequences in your head. There's a huge chain of command. It goes down. We were fortunate to have the Reserve Army in Ireland. We're all youngsters, really. God, I think the average age was like 19. And they were divided into companies of 50, and they all had a CO, an officer, and they all had radios. And then there was me, and there was battle plans that were laid even before the film began shooting, because you don't have time once you start shooting. You have to have a firm idea, an objective, a plan, you know, so that there's a large number of people sat around the table, and we actually planned these battles out and scratched our heads and walked around, you know, and rewrote the sequences and did storyboards and the whole works and jerks, you know, the whole 9 yards, because we knew that once we got in there, we were going to have to rely a lot on pre-planning. So that when you got there, sparks, you know, spontaneity was the gravy, really. And a lot of gravy there. There's something like 8 cameras, and to position all those cameras, and use that chain of command, you know, from me to the first assistant, right on down the line. So it's, you know, there's a lot of people involved. There were some days there when there were, you know, over 2,000 people involved, and with but one purpose, with but, you know, one vision, which is, it's kind of cool to have all those people working for that one shot or that one vision. It's very, it can make you nuts. But we spent 6 weeks in that one battle, and it looks like it. The Wallace character himself is like a strange man. From the history I could gain, he wasn't in for self-seeking. He really wasn't. I don't believe that he was. Self-aggrandizement was not on the man's list. I think he was truly interested in liberty and loved his country, and he really just wanted to be free and wanted freedom for his fellows. And I really don't think that there was a lot of self-motive there. Otherwise, it would have been more obvious in history. Sophie has been in film since she was like a kid, like since she was 13, I think she's in a film. So that's a few years, and she's very experienced, and a big star in France. So she knows her way around a film set, and she knows what to do in front of the camera and what not to do in front of the camera, and she's very also instinctive, I think, as far as just characters and acting goes. I mean, she's French. The character needed to be French. She's regal. The character needed to be regal. She's beautiful. The character needed to be beautiful. She's a good actress. I think some people, when they think that, when they hear the 13th century, or even filmmakers, when they think they have to make a film about the 13th century, I think they feel that it's somehow has to be separated from us now, and that's not the case. I mean, I don't think people change much. History repeats itself, and I think that what I tried to do, and certainly what the writer, what was so nice about the script was it was very accessible. It didn't seem like people from some dark era. I mean, you understood these people. There's real characters on the page, and it was my job to strive to make those characters even more real and very relatable to. I mean, if an audience can't relate to its characters, I mean, forget it. So that from that standpoint, gee, I don't think they should be alienated at all. It's very human and very, for the epicness of it, it's still a very human story. It's still about real people. Hand-to-hand stuff that was like, oh, it was that to me was the most effective. And he did that well ahead of his time. He did that in the 50s, you know. And there's nothing else quite like it that I saw, even in the modern films. So that I went purposely to emulate that, that style. Frame cutting. He was frame cutting. He was whipping 2 frames out here, 1 frame off there, and I was doing that, you know, on strikes and hits and things, so that you actually almost cut the violence out, but it somehow makes it jump, you know. It's interesting. Very interesting technique. Right. Except, of course, I had better toys.